Okay, we're live. Lord have mercy on my soul. This is the fourth try, everybody, but we are live. What's going down? My name is Sonja Marie here with Wordlife Astrology on this really beautiful and almost technologically challenged day. I pray that people come on in here and I'm going to give y'all a moment to fly in here as you do. Um, again, I welcome you to Monday. Today is May 12th, 2025. Hello again, Bijou. Hello, Serenity. I love to see y'all in here. Yes, here we go. Tennille is in the space. I appreciate you saying what's happening because we had a little slow start this morning. YouTube wasn't allowing me to do a live stream. So I appreciate your patience. If you jumped in and out on IG, or if you were waiting on another video here on YouTube, please come on over to YouTube if you can. Yeah, it's working now. It was just really weird for about 5 minutes. It just wouldn't record. Anyway, happy to see y'all. Happy to see y'all flying on in. What's happening? How was your Mother's Day? How was your weekend? How are you feeling? Please report. Please let a sister know. I would love to know what's going on in your world. Y'all do know I come back here and check on these comments every now and again, mostly now and again. Anyway, I'm feeling really goofy today. Today is a full moon in Scorpio. You know what? And we about to get on into it. However, so never. I was told to step back the way I do as a Cancer. And again, to wish you all the mothers to be, all the sweet aunties who act like somebody's mother or who absolutely have stepped in the line of being somebody's mama. I'd like to say happy Mother's Day to all the grandmamas and all the beautiful women who nurture and absolutely nourish this world and the world that is around you. Thank you for your presence and thank you for your light. What I was told to say, I'm going to be dutiful and do that thing, Spirit. As I roll on in, as we were like thrown off by technology, still in my head, I'm trying to let it go. Cancer, let it go, let it go. Anyway, I was told that mothers have a really, really special assignment. And this does not exclude any other woman or women who don't have children. But I am specifically talking to women who born children in this moment in time, or when you will have the opportunity, if you're young enough, to born children. I'm trying to say it like I hear it as it's downloading, so please give me a second. They are very, very grateful for you. They, be it your family members, be it your ancestors, those that watch over you, they don't have to be biologically attached to you. They are very, very, very proud of you. You, the mothers, okay, for doing your best in this moment in time through such a gnarly transition of life, existence, and evolution. They are really, really proud of you for heavying, for champion, for being a warrior, to pushing through the changes, the emotions, the new understandings, the new way of being, the new character traits that you are doing your best to develop for your children and the people that are around you. They are so proud of you, of us, for taking on the job and taking on the emotional role of having to complete some chapters. Now, understand this, they are very, very aware. I didn't know I was going to come off hot off the press like this, but I really try to do my job. They are very, very aware that every generation does have an assignment. Not one generation is better than the other, just every generation has a different assignment. And the generations before us, especially the baby boomers slash the ones before, had a lot to do with social change and a lot to do with humanitarianisms becoming more apparent and treating one another more like humans, whereas we have those that are mothers, those who act like mothers, and we can include them, they said, that act like mothers, but especially the ones that bore children out of their body. We are being called on to change the emotional maturity of those that come through, the spiritual understanding of those that come through, to hold them up, to create this bridge. They are so proud of you for going through the fire. They are so proud of us for going through the fire and recognizing that it has, and they're recognizing that it has been really, really challenging for a lot of us. Ooh, I'm tapping in way too soon, way too deep, but it is a Scorpio full moon, y'all. And I'm just going to do my job. I see many women that especially come on here by themselves a lot. I see you in your homes. I see you tucked in your bed. I see you sometimes in your corner, in the corner. I just got a visual of a sweet woman who frequents these videos, or maybe this is a new time of you coming, who's slightly overweight. I'm going to say between 180 and 200 pounds. Don't ask me how I know this. I'm just doing my job, y'all, before we get into the weekly rundown. Who holds a teddy bear. There's somebody that's watching you in the corner while you're holding this teddy bear. They are thanking you, though, for revisiting your younger self. They are thanking you for being bold enough and courageous enough to be alive at this time. There are a handful of us. I'm going deep, y'all, and I hope y'all ready. I'll say hello in a minute. There are a good number of us that wanted to leave this planet within the last 5 to 7 years, past 5, 7 years. And they are so grateful that you have decided to stay. If this is you, you don't have to say anything, but know that your ancestors are coming through today for you, through me. I pray each and every time I come on here. And to be quite honest with you, I don't know what it is that I'll be prompt to say, other than these 4 or 5 pages of notes that I have for you, that I happily collect to share what this transit chart in astrology is going to be for the week coming. But they are incredibly proud. I see somebody blowing a horn. I see somebody going, bah, bah, bah. I see like celebration. I see a whole crowd of people gathering around all of us, women. I'm not excluding the men. I'm not excluding the father. You have a different celebration, and your time is near, and your time is here. But the women, the mothers especially, need to be validated from the other side, and let them know that they are not only taken care of, their tears are being wiped. They are monetarily fulfilled in the ways in which they want to. That was for me. They are being fulfilled, but you have to know, oh, wow. You have to know that the walk that you are walking is not for naught, and that your patience in this moment is required. Why? Because for a good number of us, we are still operating in a space and in a place in which we are given, what's the word? Bring it back. We are given, we're given liberty to certain people and certain energy and certain things in our life that don't deserve us any longer. If you feel like you are waiting, they are asking you, they are telling you that they are waiting for you to release. They are waiting for you to get the things and the people and the situation out of your life that no longer applies. Now, the reason why I'm having a hard time saying this is because what I hear is so simple. And what I hear, I feel like it's social media memes. And I feel like it's the thing that's been embedded in our minds over and over and over. And it's like spirituality 101. But they have to remind us how simple it is. They have to remind us that in order to move forward and continue to be this bridge, in order to reap the rewards for all the things that you've done, for all the generational curses and traumas and all the things that you've lived through, for the fact that you wanted to leave 2 years ago, they said, listen, 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 your reward is coming. But you have to know that there are certain chunks in your life that must be removed, or at the very least, put in their place, meaning your perspective and who they are and how you deal with them must change. Ooh, forgive me, y'all. Forgive me. I never ever know. I never ever know. And there's a part of me that wants to keep going. But there's another part of me that feels like I'm getting so wide open that I don't know if this is hitting for y'all. So I don't want to ramble straight out the gate. But they are celebrating the mothers. They are celebrating the mothers. Thank you. And they said now they want you to celebrate you. They want you to change your perspective on how you view your job, how you view your duty, how you know. I was saying this to somebody else the other day, when we're dealing with our grandmothers and with our aunties and our mothers, problems and traumas and shit, and that we have been called to break that oftentimes it feels like we're hauling a truck uphill and we can't see nothing but our toes. They're saying that truck is dissolving. It's really dissolving quicker than you know. And your time to celebrate and your time to be here in this full moon in Scorpio, your time to release is right there. It's almost like it's your last responsibility to do this, to pluck the lingering little things that want to hang on. And here's the trick. You know what they are. The trick is you know what they are. So at this point of the game, imagine ourselves crossing over this bridge. You're saying to yourself, in this point of the game, do I want to cross the bridge, or would I rather stay here? Would I rather stay in the old? So this just requires a very selfish moment in this full moon in Scorpio. I haven't even gotten into it, y'all. I know I keep saying that, but this is just, it's kind of throwing me off right now, but I'm going to just keep talking. Do you want to stay? Do you want to stay on that side of the bridge? On the previous side of the bridge? Ooh, and be a hero? Or do you want to cross the bridge and continue the quest? That made so much sense to me. Did that make sense to you? Yes, yes, y'all. If you stay in this space of not completing the job, the duty of being a mother, of being a woman, of being the one carrying the traumas, of releasing the traumas, of learning the lessons, of doing all the things so we can cross the bridge to the next generation so they can get it and move on. I hope y'all following me, and I know it's coming out crazy, but just rock with it, right? Do you want to stay on the previous side of the bridge to be a hero? That's a real motherfucking question that I had to get out, that they said really, really, really bright. Because that ego space of being a hero is what can keep your own personal development and evolution stunted. It may seem like an obvious thing, but sometimes we don't call ourselves out on it. Sometimes we'd rather just die a hero than keep marching for the whole bigger picture, for the whole growth of the thing. So we're the ones who keep going are not necessarily pointed out as a hero, but we add to the collective growth. Or do you want to die the hero? That's two choices. Do y'all get me? Because truly, I don't even get me right now. I'm doing my best. Does that make sense? Please talk to me. Thank you. As we segue into this Monday, and I'm going to keep it going because they got me hot. They're showing me all of y'all. There's so many women, so many beautiful women that are so alone in this moment in time and think that they're going to die that way. And they are laughing. They are literally giggling, not at you, but at the thought of you. So silly you think God would leave you like this. You're so silly you think God would allow you to be a mother of one, of two, or five, or six, or seven, and leave you out there like this, crusty. You're so silly to believe this is why they're laughing. because they're like, look, we have so much available for you. You just have to do the job in which is asked of you. It's not, I don't know if I want to say that because it sounds like judgment, but I'm going to say it anyway because I'm doing my job. They said it's not as big as you think. The job that you were being asked to do, whether that's carrying your mother and your auntie and them, whether that's being the last person in your family that's a drug addict, whether that's being the last person in your family that's going to prove to be fucking broke and not have the monetary wealth that you want in order to sustain the family and keep, building generational wealth. Do you get what I'm saying? Oh, Lord have mercy. They are laughing at the fact that as this beautiful breeze comes in my house, they are laughing at the fact that you have no idea what's available to you and that the things that you are doing are not as great or not as hard, not as detrimental as you think. I appreciate that. I know y'all may think I'm crazy, but if you see me in my readings, I'm even a little bit more crazy because it's literally me having a conversation with you and remembering that I'm on the public fucking forum right now on the stage as they're talking to me and I'm asking them questions. But they just said, per my laugh, you can segue now into that weekly thing because what I put here as a title, right? This full moon in Scorpio was this is a thought that came to me growing up in the projects. Now, listen, if y'all don't know me, it's a little story that goes with it because I want to try to dial down this open portal that I have. It's a little too much for me to handle in this moment, but let's rock. I was born in Yonkers. My mother moved to the neighboring city, her and my dad, at 1 or 2 years old. I don't remember the exact day or date. Back to New Rochelle. I grew up in New Rochelle, City Park Projects, the first 12 years of my life. Some of the most glorious memories I've had. Thank you, Gemini Rising. I appreciate you. Some of the most glorious memories that I've had. But what I'm getting to is the fact that, and please forgive me that I'm not looking at y'all because, again, just trying to deal with the vibration. What I'm getting to is the fact that we had a dope ass pool in these projects that they supplied to us at the time, where currently the freaking pool is filled with sand. That's a whole nother story in which I don't want to get my emotions all caught up in. But imagine it's 100 degrees in the projects and you can see a pool from your window, but you can't go in it because it's filled with sand. And they left the pool and the goddamn diving board and everything else, but the pool is filled with sand. Anyway, that's a whole psychological fuck that I don't want to get into. However, back in the 70s, that pool was filled with water. And when they taught us how to swim, they would throw us into the water. If you was of another background or did not know, not Wilson Woods, this is in New Rochelle. Wilson Woods is in Yonkers. I'm talking about City Park Projects on Fifth Avenue in New Rochelle, for those somebody that asked on YouTube. Anyway, their way of teaching us was throwing us in the pool to swim. And I feel like, honestly, this moment and how they opened me up out of the gate, I feel like in this moment, in this full moon and Scorpio moment, and tell me if y'all feel the same, that we have been taught or been asked to jump into the pool. That was the only way that a lot of us at 2, 3, 4, 5 years old were taught how to swim. Now, I'm grateful because now I'm blessed to have a pool here at my complex. And as many of you may know, I do laps for exercise. But that's even part of the analogy too, as they are saying. This full moon in Scorpio feeling, this jumping in, reminding you of the mother, of the woman, of the generational bonds and curses and blessings that you must carry through. It's teaching us all how to jump in the pool, even if we think we don't know how to swim, because babies, as a lot of doulas and a lot of midwives will know, if you throw the baby in water, they have an instant memory to turn their bodies over so their nose can reach the sky and they can get some air and survive. This full moon in Scorpio is teaching us how to swim. This full moon in Scorpio is teaching us that we can go as deep as we want to go. This full moon in Scorpio is teaching us that we need to continue to cross the bridge, or you will die a hero on the side that made you. Does that make sense? Oh, thank you, Frank Williams. I appreciate you. I guess this is hitting for a few of you, and I really appreciate that. Does that make sense to y'all? Your mothers may not be here. Your aunties, your grandmothers, a lot of the matriarchs may not be here on the planet, that is. But that doesn't mean that you can't continue to cross that bridge. That doesn't mean that you can't continue to open up and learn these deep ass lessons that Scorpio, full moon Scorpio is bringing in today. Now, understand this, that full moon in Scorpio today is quincunxing Jupiter, which is doing a lot of us a disservice in a sense, because it's making us confused that we don't see the blessings. We don't see the other side of the bridge. We don't see the evolution that we have been asked to go on. So maybe that's why they prompt me to remind you straight away out the gate to sit really, really deeply in this full moon energy, to sit really, really deeply into the concept and the analogy of someone throwing you in the pool, of you jumping in the pool. I've said to myself, squirrel, but not really. When I swim downstairs in the beginning, I used to wade in the water to try to get my skin together, to try to get acclimated to the temperature, pumping myself up. But I made a commitment to myself most recently in the past couple of months that when I start swimming again, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to jump. And I'm going to feel the sensation of the coldness each and every time for the first 15, 20 seconds, 60 seconds, and take it on so I can do what in my mind, allegorically, I can cross that bridge so I can move it on, because we are being shocked into place. I hope this makes sense. And I really pray when I listen back to this that it has some kind of semblance of a story. Because I really feel in my mind, I'm crazy, y'all. And just information is coming on through, but I hope it hits. Yes, trust the process. Trust the process. Know that you are protected, and know more importantly that you can swim. You are made for this. That full moon in Scorpio, as it's disrupting Jupiter. Again, Jupiter is the blessings and all. We can't see the forest for the trees. We can't see the blessings. And not only that, today being Monday, Mercury communication is squaring up against Pluto going retrograde. So that means everything that I'm saying, Mercury, everything you're listening to, Mercury, all the correspondence, all the things that people are telling you, all the words and the information that you are connecting to makes you feel a little out of sorts, a little out of sorts. And the fact that you don't want to see Pluto as it shows itself. And by the way, did you know that Pluto was Scorpio's planet? So we got a full moon in Scorpio, and Pluto, Scorpio's planet, is going retrograde. It's squaring up against Mercury. So do you hear me? Do you hear spirit? More importantly, don't listen to Sonja. Listen to your own soul. Listen to your own guides. You know, each and every one of us has a personal guide. Each and every one of us. When I do readings, by the way, book a reading if you like to on my website, wordlifeastrology.com/readings. When I do readings, right, I oftentimes always see everyone's personal guide. Sometimes they're little fairies. Sometimes they're women dressed in white. Sometimes, like mine, they're huge as fuck. And my guide always dares somebody to fuck with me. Like, it's a really interesting relationship. I swear he must have been my man about 6, 7 times over because he protects me fiercely. So I see these entities that have been assigned to each and every one of us. They got us. I need you to jump in the pool. They need you to jump in the pool. They are congratulating you on doing the things that you've done thus far, but now it's time to go harder and jump in the pool. And they said, more importantly, they said, trust them, but trust yourself because it's been given to you. You're like, Sonja, what are you talking about in particular? In particular, ask yourself that. What are the things that you need to continue to do in your life to make your life better in this moment that you keep sitting on? And it could be something as simple, and I know I keep saying this, y'all, but be nice. Folks think that this society, the conditioning that we've been taught is that you have to be an asshole, you have to be a bully, you have to be somebody that pushes through like capitalism in order for you to win. And that is so far from the truth. They're saying, in order to cross this bridge, you're going to have to cross it with kindness, with love, with compassion, holding each other. If they don't stop telling me this, y'all, every time I open my mouth, I feel like I'm saying the same things. Because we meet people on the street that don't want to look in our eyes. We meet people on the street that want to be bullies. We meet people in our family that still want to control. We even do that as a weird ass defense to try to control. You can't handle me. You can't try to get what I want. You can't be the boss of me. So we get into these mean ass, humanistic, egotistic kind of ways about us. They said, you can't cross the bridge like that. You're not going to utilize this information, this full moon and Scorpio information like that. Are y'all hearing me? There's an opportunity to get so clean with yourself. There's an opportunity for us all to be so proud of the assignment that we have been given, the individual assignment that we have been given. I'm very, very grateful and incredibly excited and just honored. I just feel honored to have thousands of clients. Like truly, I have so many different, and not that they're all coming at me at one time and I'm a billionaire, but throughout my 20 years of doing this, I've touched a couple thousand of people with readings, with words, dropping shit in the bathroom at a club. Girl, let me talk to you real quick. I just saw somebody, and I know I'm drunk, but I just wanted to say this real quick. Sonja is so like that. I try not to be. But I'm so grateful that I've been given this opportunity to do that. They said, look at these gifts that you are given. That's not where I was going to go, but it's going to come back. They said, look at these gifts that you've been given as something that's awesome and that needs to be developed and that needs to be shared and that needs to be opened and to be more vulnerable using it and applying it. They said, look at it from a different perspective. It's not work. It's a privilege to be chosen to be the one to break the cycle. It's not work. It's a privilege to be the one that has no mother right now. It's a privilege because you get a chance to carry the baton. You get a chance to see the work. You get a chance to hear the elders. You get a chance to walk in elder shoes. Almost prematurely, but is it? Because you decided to do this. You took on the role. They want us to change our perspective on the thing because this world is making us think that we are fucking cuckoo crazy and that we are depressed and we need Adderall and we got ADHD and we on the spectrum and all of these weird ass motherfucking diagnoses that have nothing to do with what it is they're trying to teach us and show us and bring us to and through. They said you got to go to the other side of it. And the only way to go to the other side of it is to be a little special. It's to be different. It's to break these curses. It's to tell your mother and your father, listen, I know y'all did it that way, but I'm not doing it this way this time. I know you live and die by that thing. I know you got money, but I'm not doing it like that this time. I think I should move on because I truly don't know if this is coming out succinctly. And I just wanted to start it off with that this full moon in Scorpio is not playing with us. It really, really is not playing with us. I don't know all of the things astrologically that is attributing to this major geisha of emotional information, void of tears, I might add. Because I don't know about you, it may be one or two. Thank you, Irene, Miss Irene. It may be one or two of y'all that are crying yesterday and today, because Scorpio's that water sign that brings it up. But I feel the energy of less tears and more conviction, less tears and more determination, less tears and more like responsibility to hold the emotions in a responsible place, in a place in which we can do something with it. You didn't think, that emotions can actually be a responsible tool that we've been given. Ooh, why I want to cry. Who's crying right now? Because I want to cry. And I'm feeling it from y'all. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to do this. I really appreciate it. But who feels that emotions need to always be whimpering and weak and weepy and a release? Emotions are like a catalyst too. Emotions are pushing us through. Emotions say no to a lot of things and yes to other things. Emotions stand firm like the mother. Emotions stand firm like the mother. The mother don't need to do nothing but look in your eyeballs and say, I dare you. I don't need to cry. I don't need to swing. I don't need to prove nothing, but I dare you. And by the way, the moon has everything to do with women, with the mother. So maybe this is all coming up and this is not a coinky dink. That's for ding dong, damn sure. Monday may feel heavy. Monday may feel confusing. Monday may not be your favorite day of this week, but I bet you $2. Let's put a bet right now. DM me my money, not DM me my money. Cash at me my money, because I'm going to be real on this and I know I'm going to win. It may not be the best day of this week, but it will be the most, what's the word again? I want to say catalytic. Is that a word? Catalytic? It'll be that day that pushes us through. I just feel like we are all squirming, trying to get through this moment of emotional release that feels like it's the last bit of the last bit. I don't know how else to say it, y'all. I really wish I had more profound words. As a poet, sometimes I really feel like lost of words because I can feel the feeling. But we are pushing through it and they just want you to hold on. All of them. All of them. All right, I'm moving on. Do you have any questions before I do and I can take a sip? And I really, really want to answer a question. I really, really want to answer anybody's question, any feelings that you have. And I pray you can keep it as general as possible. Don't ask me if your Aunt Sarah was here, because I don't know. I don't know. It's a bunch of people in my conscious, in my head right now. But if you have a question about what was said, please, now is the time. Because I want to address this before I move out of this vibration. It took me 33 minutes. That's a reading, y'all. Good God. I feel hot today. I feel hot. Thank you, Wanda Fox, for that 99 cent. 99 more cent than I had yesterday, baby. I appreciate you. Again, what are we called to be as a collective? Shay, as a collective. I kind of said it, and I don't want to beat the horse, Shay, but it's more compassionate with one another. We are being called to stop and ask the questions, to qualify people, to have patience, There was I don't know if I said this here, but I remember saying it out my mouth sometime in the last couple of weeks. Please forgive me if I repeat myself. But when I was in Hampton and I was a theater major / speech communication, they put those two majors together. In my speech communication classes, there was a simple rule when it came to communicating and relating to people and looking for a connection. The simple rule was this: ask a question, wait for the answer, and then ask 2 follow-up questions before you throw yourself in the mix. Does that make sense? Shay, this is my roundabout general way of answering the question. Meaning, like, at the very least, seem interested before you say, well, let me give you the scenario. Somebody says, hey, girl, I went swimming today. Girl, I went swimming yesterday, and it was so much fun. Let me tell you, I saw Jack in there. He had these little Speedos on. First of all, ain't nobody asked you if you went swimming. Second of all, you just minimized the excitement of the person that entrusted you with information straight away. In that speech communication class, they said, if somebody comes to you and say, girl, I went swimming. Really? Where'd you go swimming? And even in your mind, you're like, yeah, but I saw John. Where'd you go swimming? Did you buy that little cute outfit you saw on Amazon? Girl, I know you look cute. Did you swim some laps? Let them answer. Let them get engaged. And then you come with, wow, I went swimming the other day too. Do you see how that flows? Shay, that's just one example. But I swear they answer me in simplistic terms oftentimes, where I get frustrated as a poet because I want to add fucking whipped cream and goddamn sprinkles on it. And they're like, no, ABC. It's very simple like that. So that's the simple thing. Listen with your heart to one another in this collective moment. Thank you, Candace, for that $5. I'm about to go buy me a kombucha. Kombucha! My favorite flavor is watermelon, by the way. Yes, watermelon. Thank you, baby. Listen, but do y'all get that? Do y'all really, really get that? It's about following through with folks and understanding from that moment that everybody's going to have a different answer. Everybody's going to, oh, that's a sweet story. Everybody's going to have a different answer. Spirit said, remind you of this story real quick. And it may or may not apply, but I'm saying it for somebody. When my grandmother had Alzheimer's years ago, and Kamau was like 7 years old, I told him that she's going to repeat herself. Before we got there, I said she's going to repeat herself over and over and over again. I said, so if she asks you the same questions, just understand that that's the illness. And he was like, okay, mommy. So we go into the house and she goes, hey, Kamau, how you doing? Blah, 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 blah. What do you want to be when you grow up? He goes, a fireman. And she goes, oh, that's wonderful. About 10 minutes later, hi, Kamau. What do you want to be when you grow up? He looked at me like, oh, this is it, huh? He goes, an actor. And she goes, oh, that's so wonderful. I swear he went through that like 6-7 times, y'all. Hi, Kamau. What do you want to be when you grow up? He goes, movie star. It tickles me so, because that's so much my son, who tries to make fun of every single thing. But it also showed the wisdom of that Pisces and the wisdom of unconditional love, the wisdom of compassion, where you don't take things too seriously, because her Alzheimer's ain't have nothing to do with him and his so-called supposed waste of time, because he had to repeat himself over and over and over and over again, whether you have Alzheimer's or not. Sometimes we got to treat human beings like that. You dig? You dig? Sometimes we got to treat our fellow family and our friends and people around us like, oh, they didn't get it the first time. Oh, they don't understand me. Now, whether they're worthy of explaining is a whole nother question. Sometimes we can just be silent and let them figure it out. But sometimes those that we love and we care for and that we are helping to usher over this bridge into this next moment, we don't have time to be emotional, deeply Scorpio emotional about things. I'm still on Monday. Are you kidding me? Y'all get that? Hi, Miss Irene. And I didn't say hello to the folks. I'm going to stop right there. I just wanted to share that because that tickled me, and Spirit knew that that would hit somebody, and hopefully it did. Hello, Miss Irene. D Stokes is in the place. Gemini Rising. Just Angelique. Shay Shay, as I say. Our Candace, thank you again for that sweet donation. Rabbi Rob, what it is. Christy, let me answer your question in 2 seconds, honey bunny. Sas. Oh, I can never. I know what your name is, but Saskia. Saskia. Yes, that little T, it always throws me off. Hello to you all. I appreciate you being here. I really do. Judy, Applegate is in the place to be. What it is, honey? What's happening? Ash and Ty, my niece. I can't see everybody else. I think Deja's here too. What up, cutie? What's going on to everybody else? Hello and peace to you. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I said hello to the folks that are coming in here, because Spirit had me jumping in this thing hot. And we're at 40 minutes. This may be a long one, y'all. This may be a long one. Let me answer the question. Question for Christy. Is that the same question? What's the best way to handle the heaviness when you're not getting a clear directive on what to do? This might sound weird and or simple as heck, but I just heard go to sleep, go to bed. And if you are not physically able to go to bed, to rest, to really the reason why I believe that they said go to bed, right, was to rest and give it up. When we go to sleep, when we consciously decide to lay down, to surrender the day, we literally surrender everything to them. Just Angelique said, lay on the floor. That's another way, because you are surrendering. When you can't handle the heaviness, you have to bow out. Because here's the deal. Maybe it's not yours to carry. In that moment, it may not be up to you to carry. Sometimes when we carry that truck, that analogy that I gave you earlier, sometimes we carry that truck and we're looking down at our painted toes, or dudes with their fly ass sneakers. They're concentrated on their feet and they're able to walk up that hill with this truck. And then sometimes something distracts you and you start to realize, God damn, this thing is heavy. And yeah, you want to do something about it. But every now and again, a friend will come and push you on your butt. Every now and again, somebody will text you and be like, you good? You want to go get a beer? Every now and again, something happens where it reaches out. Spirit reaches out for you to help you carry it up the hill, to help you to maintain or adjust that heavy load. Christy, does that make sense? Our job too, as human beings, y'all, is to stay out of the ego. When someone is trying to assist you, allow. Say yes. Say thank you. That's a big one for me. I'm just going to say that's a big one. But allow it. Because again, these little surrendering moments, people that want to help you with that load, Christy, are all around you. But if you acting like you can carry it, they're going to let you do that thing. Does that make sense? Okay. I think I should move on, y'all, because I don't want to have you on here for those that are diligent and love to hear what's coming through. I don't want y'all to be on here for 2 hours. Excuse me for burping. That makes sense to you though, Christy? Oh, great. Any more questions? Just shoot them on through. And prayerfully, they can be of assistance to everybody in this room. We spoke enough about that full moon in Scorpio. Questions, let me know. Tuesday, tomorrow, the moon goes into Sagittarius at 4:35 a.m. It's a lot going on tomorrow. I want y'all to know too that the moon being in Sag and Neptune being in Aries is going to help in a lot of ways. Let your ideas run wild. I promise you, they'll land somewhere. Just let yourself dream. So it's very interesting as we come up out of this deep pool moment, as we come up out of this mud moment still, as we come up out of this Scorpio full moon that's saying feel all the feelings, swim in the thing. When we emerge in the next couple of days, it's literally about what are you going to do with your findings. The first thing that comes out is the imagination being prompt in a fire sign. Neptune in Aries hitting the moon in Sagittarius tomorrow, saying yes, utilize what it is that you found and apply it to your imagination. Get up and write. Get up and profess your love to another. Get up and be so saccharine, so sweet, so compassionate. It's a fucking religion. You understand? Put it on people and show yourself how it feels. Now, the reason why I'm saying it like this is because oftentimes we don't want to do it because we don't know how we're going to like react to it. We don't know if it's going to be, if there's going to be a reaction to it. We don't know how it's going to come off. But Spirit said, in order to cross that bridge, in order to do your duty, you're going to have to test out the magic. You have to test out what it feels like to be so open, so vulnerable, so true. Looking at a stranger and going, wow, you're so beautiful. Even though you would never say that to somebody of another race. You would never say that to somebody you don't know. You would never say that in the middle of an argument in a room full of people going to bat towards each other, ego flying all over the place, and you stop and go, isn't it a beautiful day, everybody? The fuck is wrong with this cuckoo quacky? What the hell? What? It's a beautiful day. We're in the middle of an argument. Yes, but I got God on my tongue. Wake up tomorrow with God on your tongue. Okay, that's how you test how this vulnerability works for you. And it may feel uncomfortable in some way, that's for sure, with the moon, quincunx, and Mercury on the same day. You may not know how it comes out. It may sound like me, like I just did. Like, really, Spirit? In 40 minutes, we're going to fucking download the whole 40 minutes? Okay. It may just come out. Right? You may not know tomorrow how it's landing. It's confusing in your head and irritating to others around you. But I say, Spirit says, please and very please try it out. That openness, that vulnerability, that wisdom, that unconditional love, that way to cross over the bridge without being the hero in your story. You, your own hero. We don't need to fucking make a news flash about it. Does that make sense? You don't need to be validated by anybody or everybody. When we leave this planet, they got us. They will validate us. They will let us know how proud they are for us doing the work that we did. We don't need these mere humans on this planet or the money or any other accolades to show us how dope we are. That's tomorrow. And also, by the way, the sun, the moon will sextile Pluto go in reverse. So forgive the pain that comes through. Whatever pain that's coming through, through all the imagination that's going to happen tomorrow, through all the miscommunication that you may get a little bit shook about, just forgive yourself. Forgive the feelings of it all. Forgive the mistakes, the trips, the fumbles. The fumbles, oh, my bad. I didn't mean to say it that way. Let me say it in the way that I really mean it. Because as we become vulnerable, as we become true, sometimes the words don't fall out of our mouth the way that we feel, because we're not used to it. We're not in practice. Does this make sense, everyone? We're not in practice. So we got to learn how to get in practice of expressing our deepest feelings and making it normal so people know where we stand every second of the day. So people know that we are riding for God and we're not riding for this weird ass society. And we're not riding for the mean girls, and we're not riding for capitalist situations, and we're not riding for racists, and we're not riding for the others. We're riding for spirit and our soul that is pushing through this moment in time. Literally looking to be seen, see the true me, the trueness of who I am. I appreciate y'all for being here. I feel really hot today, and I'm grateful for this information coming through, Spirit. Let's light some sage for the folks. Let's light some sage for the folks, peoples. Listen, let your folks know that somebody's coming through. Share this video if you must. I really, 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 really appreciate it. If Miss Sonita is on here, thank you so much for that generous donation that you gave to my son. Oh my God, y'all been sending so much love his way. I just can't stand it. It's a beautiful thing. Talking about community and holding each other's hands. I love you, Judy Applegate. Oh my goodness. So check it out. Check out the script. So knowing all that we know from this full moon, and if y'all just came in and y'all didn't hear about that full moon Scorpio situation, when I'm done, rewind selector and just go to the beginning and see if you can make sense of this whole thing, because God got it today, right? So we start with this full moon Scorpio dive. And then on Tuesday, it's like, now take that dive and discover the wisdom and the compassion and all the things, the vulnerability in it. Feel powerful in that thing by forgiving yourself, by forgiving others as well. Even though the words may fall out and be a little misstepped, it's okay. You're working it out. You're practicing. On Wednesday, it says the legs will get involved because the moon will trine with Mars. Mars. It's a go. Feel the adventure of feel the adventure, the full adventure of who gives a fuck. Yes, I put that in my notes. I had to look myself. I'm like, Sonja, you cursing to yourself in your notes? Yes, because by Wednesday or Thursday or such, whoever you are and however long it takes you to process this new feeling, the new feeling that really wants to come through with action is who gives a fuck how much they see. Who gives a fuck about my vulnerability? Who gives a fuck? Throw your bottles, throw your bombs, throw your knives, throw whatever you need to throw. Like they always say, but you can't take my soul. You can talk about me, you can take my money, you can take my possessions, but you cannot take my soul. You cannot take my creativity. You cannot take my gifts and my talents that I was born with. You cannot take it. So on Wednesday, it's like, let's go. The moon in Sag is like, it's an adventure. Hitting up against that Mars and Leo. I got you, boo-boo. Let's roll. Mars and Leo is courageous as fuck. We are being taught to step into our courage in a way that we've never been before. But you have to remember, in teaching astrology and giving y'all these reports, it adds up. It's like layers in the cake. It's not like courage is just going to come out one day and be like, hey, I'm fucking dope. I can do the thing. We have layers. We peel off certain parts of our personality, rectify other parts, reconcile other parts, love and discard other parts. You understand? For us to work towards the type of courage that's needed to cross over into that bridge for you to be your full self without being the hero. Does this make sense? Come on, y'all. On Thursday at 3:58 p.m., the moon goes into Capricorn. So that's like part of the day it's in Sag and part of the day it's in Capricorn. Thursday is a gnarly kind of day. Thursday's a gnarly kind of day in the way that because it's broken up, because Sag, by the way, and Capricorn is two totally different vibrations. Like y'all got to notice. Sagittarius, if y'all didn't know, is the optimist of the zodiac, right? The one who sees all the things, the bigger picture. We can do it all, boo-boos. Let's go. As long as we got a laugh and a joke over here and a few people that can help us out, we can do anything. Capricorn, on the other hand, is the most pessimistic sign of the zodiac. Very much so. Why? Because Capricorn energy is always looking for, I like to say, the mines in the minefield before it starts to walk. It's not looking for the positive end of things. It's looking for what's getting ready to blow up, which can make it seem very pessimistic. Does that make sense? So on Thursday, it's a split of a kind of day in which that moon in Sag wants to quincunx the sun, and it also wants to quincunx Uranus, meaning that this optimism to do all the things, to feel all the ways is getting irritated because that Taurus energy is like, yo, baby, slow down for a second. I know you excited. I know that full moon in Scorpio got you hyped. Got you feeling like I could do anything now. I didn't visit the ancestors in my sleep. I was laying on the floor. I was talking to them. They done took all the things and now I'm ready. Well, on Thursday, it's like, wait, hold on. Now that energy is coming up against some Taurus energy. And you know, Taurus don't do anything too quickly. Don't do anything too hasty. And by the way, side note, which is definitely needed to be said, Mercury right now is in Taurus for a couple of weeks, which means we are all collectively feeling like we're thinking like a Taurus in this moment in time. So even though we want to bust through and jump in the pool and do the swimming and prove ourselves to cross over the bridge, there's a way to do that thing. Doesn't that hurt? Doesn't that make you feel like a teenager? You just want to fucking, I thought it's time for us to go. It is, baby. But when you got Taurus on your side, when you got a slight little bit of practicality, you can go with a vision. You can go with a plan. You can go by watching over your shoulders. You can go by keeping your head on a swivel. You can go by being compassionate and steadfast and taking one step at a time, recognizing that you will never take this step again because you are crossing the bridge. Do y'all see the importance of that? Does that make sense? Somebody had a question up here, y'all. I can't see. What you mean without being a hero? Like, don't need to save others right now? Metaflow, how you doing, baby? You may have come a little bit too late. Just to reiterate what I was talking about being a hero is that this full moon in Scorpio energy will allow us to see all of our things, right? So we have a little way to go. And sometimes people don't want to see all of their things and they'd rather stay the hero in, let's just put it like this. They'd rather stay the senior on the yard than the freshman in college. They'd rather stay the hero, somebody who knows all the things and has all the answers to where they are, as opposed to moving across the bridge and taking the responsibility to learn the things that God is telling them to learn and to keep it moving, to keep trusting their steps. That's what I mean by the hero. Some things and some people may get lost. Absolutely. If you come late or in the middle of the thing. So I like to go back and reference to keep it like a story, so to speak. So if you get a little lost in it, Metaflow and anybody else, please check this video out when I'm done. And you'll get the full story all the way through. All right? I hope that makes sense to you. Sweetie pie face. Let us roll. So half of Taurus is going to be that, I'm optimistic, but now I'm dragging my ass because what do I have to do? I mean, I want to be excited and do all the things, but Taurus is like, slow down, boo-boo, we changing, we got this, but let's do it right. Because if we're going to make one change, if we're going to make a change, this is Taurus all day long. If you're going to make a change, we're going to make this one change right now. Because Taurus is like, I'm not doing it again. If you got me up and you got me excited, I'm not doing it again. Any Tauruses in here know that? The other half of the day with Capricorn involved, when the moon goes into Capricorn and it activates its pessimism, it's activating its pessimism through Saturn. It's activating its pessimism through Neptune. Why? Because the moon will square Saturn, the moon will square Neptune. This is interesting. Because Capricorn comes in, yes, I'm backing up my Taurus sister, my Taurus brother, this energy, and let you know we got to be practical. And then Saturn in Aries says, well, I mean, we can be practical, but goddamn, can we get the lesson quick? We can be practical, but goddamn, I seen this before. I'm not listening to Sonja no more and all them people that she rolled with because they keep saying the same old thing. I love Aries energy, but Aries sometimes move too fast for the lesson. Aries sometimes will ram their head up against the wall of the same fucking lesson over and over and over and over again. Why? Because they think they can break through this one way, and they don't stop with practicality, with a little bit of Capricorn energy, with that Taurus sun going, yo, don't you know you can go that way, Ram? Don't you know you can stop and see a way to climb over the fucking wall, dude? Don't you know you moving too fast, you about to get a headache? I want y'all to realize on Thursday that there may be some lessons, some fears that may come up to grab you one more time. But are you that Aries acting, not to say that you are an Aries, are you acting like an Aries by ramming your head up against the same part of the wall? Or do you need to sit back and check it out and go, damn, I got to find another way because I'm not getting this. Everybody else is going over the wall, crossing the bridge, doing the things. And I'm sitting here mad like a victim because I'm not doing the things that I'm being told to do in the way I thought I was. Then pause on Thursday. Pause, because practicality is coming for that fire. Even though we all want to go, we can go, but read the lesson book first. You can go, but do your exercises first. You can go, but be compassionate and loving towards people. You can go, but use your imagination. With that Neptune hitting it, by the end of Thursday, we may be tired and want to go to bed. Who said that earlier? Christy? Thursday is a going to bed kind of day. That's for ding dong damn sure. And please come back and drop it in the comments if I am right. And I want everybody to give me my $2. Remember, I bet y'all $2. I'm just saying. But the bottom line is that Thursday is that weird kind of, do we go fast or do we figure this out? And you do both. But what takes precedence? What takes precedence? Figuring it out, paying attention, because we don't want to do it again. We don't want to go over the same lessons, the same fears over and over again. Friday, that moon stays in Capricorn, and it's an easier day to deal with the thing. Why? Because that moon in Capricorn trines Mercury in Taurus. I like that. There's a little bit of a break in the air and through communication. Whereas the previous 2 days, communication could have been a little confused, like Mercury retrograde kind of feeling on Thursday and Wednesday. But on Friday, it gets a little clearer, especially if you're asking the questions. The beautiful thing about earth signs when it comes to practicality and communication is, as long as you're clear about a thing, as long as it's logical and you're not trying to dupe and manipulate and fucking be passive aggressive about the thing, all things are said and all things are understood, even if they don't like it, even if that practicality doesn't like it. Do I need to say that again? On Friday, when the air clears and that practicality wins when it comes to communication, because the moon and Mercury will be sitting right nice to each other, speak clearly to each other. Say the thing, even if it's hard to say. I don't like you because you do X, Y, and Z. However, I love you and I respect who you are becoming. There's just some things I just don't like about you. So when you act like that, I'm going to bow out. I'm going to pull back. I'm not talking to you. You got to be clear about who you are in your vulnerability. Oftentimes we become vulnerable. Again, going off the cuff of this full moon Scorpio, we become vulnerable. And then all of a sudden we out there naked and shit. And we're like, I'm just playing. I'm going to go back to where I was and put my clothes on. I don't want y'all to see me no more, because you don't know what to say. Because you don't know what to do. You don't know how to act in this new skin, you dig? Sometimes you just got to be out there and be like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't give a fuck. Say what y'all got to say, because I done said all the things to myself already. I'm being vulnerable, laugh, snicker, take a picture, do what you want. I'm swinging, titties and all. What y'all want? You understand? These are the moments in which we got to be true to ourselves and speak clearly about that thing, or else folks is going to have us fucked up. They ain't going to know who you are, and they going to always come at you the way you present yourself. 111, let's get it. Let's go. 111 right now, y'all. Come on, ancestors, let's talk about it. They like, you're doing a good job today, Sonja. I appreciate that thing there. Also on Friday, that moon is squaring up Venus. Okay, so we can say the thing because communication is in a positive play on Friday, the moon trine and Mercury. But there's a feeling that maybe we're too serious about the thing and we have to crack open a window every now and again for some air. Like we too practical. When the moon squares up Venus, it's like it's hard for the love to get through. That's all I'm saying. It's hard for the passion to get through. It's hard for the beauty and the fun loving, understanding to get through. But you want to be straight on your communication and practical on where we're going and how we're doing the thing. It's a very regimented day. You like my brow? It's a very regimented, serious kind of whoosh, whoosh kind of day. We gotta let the love come in a little bit. Okay. And also on Friday, with the moon quincunxing Mars, there may be a little bit of confusion about who the leader is. Is Slick Rick the ruler or you the ruler? Who's the ruler on Friday? Now, here's the thing about that. Now, because I don't have to explain, because that day, when that moon is quincunxing Mars, it's like Mars going up against Capricorn. Capricorn is the ruler, the leader. Capricorn's always a boss. Capricorn's a boss. We didn't even ask Capricorn to be a boss. It's like, did anybody ask you to lead the crew? And you just leading the crew? This is what we're going to do, are we? The bottom line on Friday, though, is that even though communication is serious and practical, even though the love needs a little bit of a window to breathe out of, show your heart a little bit, crack a joke or two. It don't have to be too serious, right? Going against the love. But there's also a little confusion about who's leading the way. A little confusion about who should be, what should win out. Should it be the practicality or should it be the fire? Listen, I say this much. Whenever we have a quincunx, you go with it. Say that again. Take 3. Go in a space which keeps you the most peaceful. On Friday, if you want to rock with the practical side of the crew, rock with the practical side. If you want to go and just be energetic with that Mars and do the things and feel the things and be sexy and be wild and free, do that too. On Friday, there's no room for judgments or criticisms. Because again, this whole week is about learning how to swim in that deep end and trusting yourself. So there's going to be some people that ain't going to like you this week. There's going to be some straight switch ups of relationships this week. There's going to be some people that's going to look at you and snicker and wonder where you been the last couple of months. You look different. You look crazy. You speak different. Yup. You changed. Yeah, I did. Thank you. I appreciate you acknowledging that. Not from a space of you change and I can't control you any longer. That's why people say that, right? Oh, you changed because I don't know how the fuck to handle you right now. So I'm just going to remind you that you changed and I need you to go back to the old ways so I can figure myself out. Kick rocks, boo-boo. I'm going to change. I'm going to keep changing. All right? I'm just saying. That's not for Sonja. That's for us. I'm speaking for all of us. Prayerfully, maybe. Saturday, I'm trying to move through this, y'all, because I did take up a lot of time. Please ask questions if you have. I'd appreciate if you could share this video with people that you know and love and that could get something out of this. More importantly, if something that was said, that's my prayer each and every time I come on here. Just Spirit, speak through me so people can hear you through me. That's all. That's all. In the best way. On Saturday, that moon is still in Capricorn, you dig? I like Saturday because it's going to meet up right and nice with Uranus and Taurus. It's going to meet up right and nice with the sun in Taurus. Saturday is a beautiful day. The sun and Uranus is coming together. Saturday, a whole lot of beautiful surprises can happen. So Saturday is that day, huh? Saturday is Kamau's graduation. Oh my God, Becky. I can't stand it. I'm so proud of that young man. I don't know what to do. I'm his biggest fan. I'm my son's biggest fan for sure. And I say this all the time. If I didn't know him, I'd be like, who's your parents, young man? You are so dope. Let's hang out. What you doing? And I'm watching all you creepy old ladies out there who want to change your drapes. Be like, come over, change my drapes for me. But can you show me what to do on this chat GPT? Can you show me what to do? Don't be coming for my son, you weird old lady. I'm only teasing. But Saturday is a good day. It's a surprising kind of day. It's a feel good kind of day. It's the practicality of life coming together and making sense and saying, yes, let's all go in this way together. Let's all shine. You understand? Let's all build on some things. Saturday can be a great building day. Like new surprises, new things come out of the way, new inventions happen. But then you start to build on that new invention almost immediately. You know, like you get somebody that recognize your talents and they're like, call me on Monday. We're going to have a meeting. You got to do blah, 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 blah. I want to manage you. You understand? This is the practical thing behind this quick and swift innovation, this quick and swift change that you're about to make in your life. I want to be down with it. Let me assist. That's Saturday. Saturday is filled with so much. Y'all come back and tell me what Saturday was for you. Please and very, very please. I really would appreciate that. Sunday is a different story because the moon goes into Aquarius real quick. And yeah, it's sitting right nice with Neptune. So possibly maybe there's some really relaxing moments in which we can have in a way that we get further into our imagination. We get walk a little slower. However, there's an active imagination to be creative. There's an active imagination to meditate and to get closer to spirit. There's an actual activity of reaching to God because possibly maybe through this Scorpio full moon that just happened several days later, you see what you need to do in order to make a practice of getting to God closer and closer and closer and closer. That's Sunday. However, I want you to do yourself a favor and count to 10 before you, I don't know, address anybody that feels like there's a cantankerous type of situation because Mercury is squaring up against Mars on Sunday. All right. So it could be travel situations. Ooh, I'm coming back on the West Coast on Sunday. So y'all pray for me. Make sure my flight is flying swiftly and safely in the air. Right. So it can be travel delays. It can be mechanical situations. You understand what I'm saying? It could be misspeaking or misunderstanding on Sunday. I hear you say one thing, but you said the other thing to this person, and now we're going to fight about it. Like, should we really? Are we? Why? There's no need to fight. There's no need to fight, y'all. Sometimes it's just about stepping back and out of that thing and going, oh, okay, I see the misstep. I see the misfiring from a very, very non-judgmental way. Let me tell you, well, she heard you say this one and he heard you say this. So you get that? We don't have to fight. Ego don't need to be present. I'm just saying that's for Sunday. It's a weird day in that way. People want to hear you, but then they don't want to hear you because they want to be upset about what they heard. But why are they upset? Because they're used to and conditioned to fight with you or just to fight, period. It's not necessary. We got other things to do. We got to get to the other side of that bridge instead of fighting with people who misunderstand you, who don't really want to get you. They just want to fight. Please, not on Sunday. All right? Questions, anybody? I caught up to my time, y'all. I did that thing. And if I did it too quickly and you misunderstood anything, please, now is the time to ask about Tuesday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, love Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Y'all know I was going to go there. Somebody was like, she's about to go there. When I think about you, my feelings can't explain why after all this time, my heart still feels pain. You're welcome, D. Stokes. When I look at you. Any questions? Any questions? Hello to everybody. We're going to pull a card real quick. I'm going to have y'all looking up Alexander O'Neill and his Scorpio ass. Alexander O'Neill's a Scorpio. So it's appropriate that I was singing that song. All right, y'all. I'm going to look for the questions. You have a moment to answer as I pray and shuffle, okay? thank you. We thank you. We thank you. We thank you for being here with us today. You came in hard and strong. We appreciate you. We really, really do. Please show us the card that needs to be seen for us all to move swiftly through this week with love and assurance, with God on our side, only God on our side. Thank you for this light. Thank you for the messaging. Thank you for the love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Show us. This is for us all, y'all. This is for us all. Thank you. All right. I didn't even feel that. We got two again. Should we go for the two? You're welcome, Royal. Should we go for the two or should we read the one? I know y'all going to say two, but I'm going to give y'all a choice. Maybe you don't have the time today. D. Stokes said two. One or two. One or two. You should always read them both. Gemini and Rising say, I ain't got time for that shit. Give me one. Because if you have a Gemini rising, I know that's how you was answering it. Girl, I got someplace to go. I ain't got time for that. Just give me the one, please. I gotta go. I'm sorry, Gemini rising. You were outnumbered. Deja and Judy Applegate and Soul Eunice. What's up, baby? Everybody says two, and D says two, Ray says two, Arkansas says two. Dos por favor. Just Angelique said, come on now. All right, ZP said two. We got to do it, Gemini rising. Oh no. Card. What's card? Is it carta? No, that's letter. Anyway, don't fuck with me. Here we go. What I say? Get on that adventure. I know I said adventure. This is the first card coming out. I know I said, you said, she said, I wanted to say two, just wanted to be different. I appreciate you. That's funny as hell. I just want to be unlike everybody else and see what happens. Sound like you got some Aquarius in you too, Gemini rising. That rebel adventure. Didn't we talk about the adventure? You got to have some kind of adventure jumping in that deep end and trusting that you can swim. At least roll your body over like the babies do and get some air from the top. You got to do something in this adventure. Let's read about it. God is dope, y'all. If y'all don't know it, you better know it now. I love spirit. And I love my guides. I love those around me. Oh, my heart is full. I'm usually really tired when I finish these things. I'll be really honest with y'all. But today I'm not. They done pumped the sister up. Let's go. Adventure. When we are truly in the spirit of adventure, we are moving just like this child, full of trust. Did they not say it? Full of trust. Full of trust. Out of the darkness of that Scorpio full moon, Pluto going reverse, Scorpio's planet. Okay, I'm not going to interrupt anymore, but you have to see the connections. Okay, let me start over. When we are truly in a spirit of adventure, we are moving just like this child, full of trust, out of the darkness of the forest and into a rainbow of light. We go step by step, Mercury and Taurus, practical steps, drawn by our sense of wonder into the unknown. Adventure really has nothing to do with plans and maps and programs and organization. The page of rainbows represents a quality that can come to us anywhere, at home or in the office, in the wilderness or in the city, in a creative project or in our relationships with others. Whenever we move into the new and the unknown with the trusting spirit of a child, innocent and open and vulnerable, even the smallest things of life can become the greatest adventures. Ashe on that one. Come on now. I know y'all got something to say about that. Come on now. Love the hearts. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate that. Come on now. Come on, God. God, what you doing, God? Here's a second card from God. Can't. Integration. If that's not saying it, I don't know what is, because we have to integrate the dark and the light. We have to be this alchemist. We have to find this new life as we cross the bridge. I'm not going back into that goddamn sermon. That's for sure. But y'all know, come on now. If you've been listening, you know how powerful both these cards are. Did I scream? Did I wake somebody up? Both these cards. Integration. The image of integration is the unio mystica, the fusion of the opposites. This is a time of communication between the previously experienced dualities of life. Rather than the night opposing the day or dark suppressing light, they work together to create a unified whole, turning endlessly one into the other, each containing in its deepest core the seed of the opposite. The eagle in this card and the swan are both beings of flight and majesty. The eagle is the embodiment of power and aloneness. The swan is the embodiment of space and purity, gently floating and diving upon and within the element of the emotions, entirely content and complete within her perfection and beauty. We are the union of the eagle and the swan, y'all. The male and the female, the fire and the water, life and death. This card of integration is the symbol of self-creation, new life, and mystical union, otherwise known as alchemy. Ashe, amen, aho, watakwe ase. Come on now. Did we not just say at least all of that? At least all of that. The purity, the gentleness that we need, the floating in and about the emotions while being detached. Because we can't respond to the emotional things with normal responses that we had in the past that left us weeping and victimized and downtrodden and feeling like, somebody is out to get me. No, the emotions are necessary to play in, to utilize, even the darkness of the emotions, even the heaviness of it all. As we lay down flat on the floor, Christy, as we look for ways in which we can move ourselves out of it and make friends with those dark moments. God damn, I really needed you. I needed you to remind me how dope I was. I needed you to remind me, darkness, in these spaces and times that I don't need to resort to these humanistic parts of me to get what I want. I can be open and vulnerable and get more because God said, because Spirit said, because my grandmother told me what to do. Come on, y'all. I don't want to make this another hour because I can quite easily. I hope this helped. I really, really do. In the deepest part of my heart. This is like the favorite part, my favorite part of my week is to share with you because I really feel like there's somebody out there getting something through me, not by me, but through me, because through you, I get something. Through each and every person that I know that I connect with, I get something. And that's life, that's maturity, that's evolution, that's experience, that's living. So thank you for sharing with me today. I appreciate your life. I appreciate your love. And I want you to go out there and get it, meaning dive deep in that shit and get it. Come up with the jewels. Go get it. Understand that you are worthy of it all. Look at all the things. Be vulnerable. Titty out. Wagging. Do it. Do what you got to do. It doesn't matter. Show yourself so God can give you your reflection of your true self. The rewards and all the things that want to come from your true self. Not your fake, phony, yeah. No, we don't need that no more. No more imposters. You're safe. I promise. All right. See you later. Adios.